is up? Welcome back. Just another day, and today I'm not sugarcoating anything. We are jumping straight into nerd talk because it's been a while and there's some serious things that we need to talk about. And as I'm thinking about this right now, I realize that probably the next video I'm gonna have to make is my crazy PT theory and what's going on with that game, especially now that Kojima is set to have a big announcement at DICECon. But first, I wanted to talk to you guys today about re-entering the World of Warcraft after you've quit, or my experience after I had quit. And I say that very loosely, because do you ever really quit WoW? It's like, do you ever quit gaming? No, you don't. There's certain games that you're just gonna play forever. So I want to say that I've been playing WoW literally since day one. My intro story to World of Warcraft is kind of a funny one. I was working at GameStop at the time when it came out, and I've always loved MMOs, and I really haven't ever played them. World of Warcraft is actually my first. So, it's gonna be funny, but the idea of them was always very interesting to me, and I really wanted to play one. So, if you guys remember, right before World of Warcraft Vanilla came out, EverQuest 2 had just come out, and so I went to my local GameStop where I worked on my off day, and I was like, I am here to buy EverQuest. I'm pulling the trigger. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play my first MMO. And everyone behind the counter just started laughing. And they're like, no, James, no. This game came out today, and they slid World of Warcraft across the counter to me. And they're like, have you ever heard of this? And I was like, no. I'm a console gamer. I'm not a PC gamer, and I had no idea what Blizzard was or what WoW was. And I just so happened to be in GameStop on my day off, the day that World of Warcraft came out. For some reason, I had that day off work. Maybe because they didn't want me to embarrass myself by not knowing what WoW was. But anyway, I was like, oh, and they were like, yeah, we'll be playing this, and they wrote down their information. They're like, just sign on and find us, and we'll create a guild and do all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds great. And so I picked up the game, and I have been playing since day one. The first character that I created was a warrior, and I really sucked at it, and within a few weeks I made a priest named Auryea that I've been playing since the month that freaking game came out, and I still play her as of 2 minutes before I made this video, and probably will forever because I just have one main. I'm that kind of person. So anyway, let's jump forward. Since then, a ton of expansions have come out: Burning Crusade, Lich King, Cataclysm, Pandaria, and recently Warlords of Draenor. And Warlords of Draenor is the only launch day expansion that I have never played on launch day. I played that night. I played that night and I did the opening of the portal quests, and I couldn't get into it. And admittedly, at the time, I was super into, and still I am super into, and in love with Final Fantasy XIV Online. Absolutely love that game. It's brilliant. It's almost too good. I'm trying to think of reasons why I love WoW forever, and reasons why I will always love Final Fantasy. They're two different games. They're both amazing, but they both have their own things. And Final Fantasy XIV is just really perfect. And sometimes it's almost boringly perfect, but it's amazing. But anyway, we're sticking to WoW. So I did not play Warlords of Draenor at midnight when the game came out. So I didn't start playing it, and that expansion is now, 18 months old. It's 18 months old, and I just started playing it this week. Again, I loaded up and relaunched WoW and reactivated my accounts. I have Warlords of Draenor, and I've been playing it, and so I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about my experiences, because one of the things that made me quit was the game. You always get to a point in WoW where where it seems like, it just seems like you're just grinding dailies, and that's the point that I get to, and I'm like, I don't want to sit around and grind daily. Like, I felt like, you know, it becomes like a chore, and I don't want a video game to feel like work to me. And so even though like I am a self-proclaimed like complete achievement whore and WoW, I love to grind out every reputation. And don't look at my score right now because you'll be very embarrassed of me for calling myself an achievement whore when I only have about 10,000 achievement points right now. But I haven't finished Draenor yet. In fact, I'm level 91. So I quit WoW because it was just seeming like a chore, number one, and number two, it was starting to be like too easy. Like the last time I logged in, it was like, you know, I'm in the Badlands trying to do the portal quest, and they're like popping up, and as soon as I complete it, a pop-up comes up that I click on, and it turns in immediately and gives me the next one. And where I was like, that's great, it's so convenient. At the same time, I was like, oh, no, I'm just hitting buttons, and I don't really feel like I'm gaming. Or there was just something that I just wasn't getting into. So immediately, before I go on, I want to say that that pop-up thing that I just described is no longer happening in WoW. I think it's happened for like 2 quests. Like, it happened in like Maraudon when I ran Maraudon the other day. Like, quests popped up and like you could click on them and turn them in, and it was like automatic. But other than that, like, you're still like running and finding quest givers and running and doing the quest and turning them in. Like, that's all normal, and that's still the same. So if you're worried about the game feeling too easy or something, like, don't. Stop right now. Don't worry. Another thing that I had done was that since it had been 2+ years, like, yeah, I did say that I played Expansion Night. It was literally for like an hour. That was it. But before that, I hadn't played in like months and months, of 6 months, or I don't even know. So it had literally been 2 or more years since I had played World of Warcraft at all. And so for me, deciding to get back into it was I wanted a game that I could play fresh, and my boyfriend had played before, and he wanted to play along with me. So we were like, oh, we could both play together, because like I've always just like leveled myself, and by the way, I play a holy priest, so leveling by myself is miserable, completely miserable. So he was like, screw it, like, I'll make a tank, let's make new tunes, and let's get on a different server, and let's just like see what the game's like now. And we're so like pleasantly surprised that we did, because I think, number one, I think it's the first time that I've leveled a character since the Cataclysm, which was awesome. And the game has held up over time. The starting zone quests have held up over time. I felt the nostalgia. I felt like I was having fun. Again, I mean, some of you maybe have leveled dozens of characters. I have not. I've only ever had one main. Sure, I've played other classes and done other things, but I've like never maxed out leveled them at all. And to this day, that's still true. But I was really worried that I was going to 1 level too quickly. I had the full set of heirloom gear. I made another priest, and you know, she was pretty much twinked out. But it wasn't too easy. Like, to get to level 15, which you can start dungeoning at 15, took, I mean, a handful of hours. And it probably could have gone quicker, but, you know, I didn't rush anything. I wasn't, like, running through anything or doing anything just, like, drastically quick. Just playing normal. And it was a good experience. The quests were great. The only flip was that once you hit 15 and you can do dungeons, it starts to really pick up the pace. You do start leveling fast. You have heirloom gear. You're going into a dungeon, there's 4 or 5 quests at the beginning of the dungeon. You pick them up, you complete the dungeon, you turn them all in, it's like bam, like 1 dungeon run, you have like 2 or 3 levels that you've just gained. So I did that until, we did that to like level, we just about hit level 40, we were at 39, when I was like, okay, I started having like this conundrum, like, alright, like, my reputations don't carry over to my alt character on this new server. Well, they don't carry over at all, except for some of the ones that I got in Pandaria, some of the ones that I got exalted. So I started having this thing like, oh my god, I'm this huge achievement whore, and right now, like, this character has no achievements, and I have no reputations, and I just kind of want to see what Warlords of Draenor is all about now. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go through the portal. I'm ready to go through the portal. So I transferred Auryea over to my new server, and I just figured, like, let's just get away from my guild, get away from the help, just do like my own kind of new thing. And which honestly I think my guilds are mostly inactive right now, so I don't know that it would have mattered. But I hopped on Auryea, and my boyfriend power leveled his character. He did the 90 boost, and we were both 90, and we have gone through the portal, and we've been doing the beginning quest of Warlords of Draenor, and it's been awesome. Like, I've never been disappointed with an expansion, and after Draenor, I can still say right now, and I'm 91. I've done, like, I think I'm through, like, 1/4 of the Shadowmoon Valley quest, so I haven't done much yet. I got my garrison. I was, like, borderline a little bit worried about some of the garrison stuff. Maybe you guys that have hit 100 and have your garrisons all pimped out can tell me, like, oh, I love it, or oh, I hate it, because right now I'm just kind of like, it's there, it's good, it doesn't bother me, at least right now. Like, I get, garrison materials and stuff by doing, like, regular quests, or I find them out in the world, and people are dropping blingtrons everywhere, and I'm getting, like, some stuff there, which is cool. Some of the things were, like, a little bit different, like, professions changed a little bit. Like, the first thing I did was, like, I'm, like, questing, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm holding on all this gear to, like, disenchant, because I'm an enchanter and I'm a tailor, and I'm like, I need my level to go up to 700, where do I do that? And you, like, you either get, like, a random world drop that increases your level to 700 and gives you a handful of recipes for free, or you go pay, like, 80 to 100 gold, depending, and buy, like, this scroll that you use that then boosts your, and it doesn't boost your level, sorry, but, like, it extends out your maximum level to be 700. So you'll be 600, and then you'll be able to level to 700. And so, but that didn't really bother me, I guess, at all. Like, usually you just pay the person to extend your training, and I'm sure it would have costed about the same. So it was slightly different and confusing at first, but, like, it worked out just fine. I'm disenchanting things and making hex cloth or something. I think I'm making hex cloth. And yeah, but I mean, it's been so good. The quests are great. I haven't not done my first dungeon yet. I'm curious to see how my first dungeon is and how that will go. I'm still wearing Raid Finder gear that's item level 528 from the end of Pandaria. I've just disenchanted all the new stuff that I've gotten. It's been like 508 or 512, so lower than what I have now. Some of the stats could be better, but honestly, like, when I first start leveling, I usually don't care. If I have raid gear from the previous expansion, I usually run with it for about as long as I can. I'm sure I'll probably replace it, honestly. You guys are probably going to tell me this too, but I'll probably replace it in my first dungeon. I'll get a dungeon blue, and I'll start replacing my raid finder gear from Pandaria. But so far, like, it's been great. Some of the artistic overhauls that they've done to the game look really, really nice. The new Shadowmoon Valley looks really nice. I really like Shadowmoon Valley. Back in BC, I played BC. I'm excited to go to Nagrand because that was, like, one of my favorite zones. And it's funny because, like, the new Shadowmoon Valley kind of reminds me, like, a little bit of, like, Nagrand, and maybe has points. And there was, like, Zangarmarsh portions in there too. So I know you guys probably have played this expansion 2 years ago, and you're like, God, Jamesy, you're just so behind right now. You're totally not relevant. I know, I'm sorry, but I'm excited, and I want to talk about it because I know that there's probably other people that haven't played Warlords of Draenor at all, and we all know Legion is going to drop in September 2016, if you guys didn't know that. So, we're months away. We're in the grind now, basically, until Legion comes out. So maybe you guys are thinking about playing again, and maybe you guys are thinking about you know, how has World of Warcraft aged? Or, God, I missed that game, but is it broken? It's not broken. It's not broken. It's awesome. I am having a great time playing it. And unless something really drastic and crazy happens in my next 9 levels of playing, like, I feel very satisfied and very, very happy with Warlords of Draenor right now. So, which was kind of interesting, and I don't know how much they've changed the game, or I don't know when they removed that, like, automatic questing turn-in thing, but maybe that turned a lot of people off the game, because when Warlords first came out, like, all my friends were like, I played for a week and I was done, and it's like, okay, well, I'm close to a week in now. Well, I guess if you want to say, like, I didn't go through the portal. If we want to mark it like a week since starting yesterday, like, I've played, or the day before, whenever I went through the portal, you know, I've played like 2 days, and I'm like, oh my god, it's great. Like, I'm having a good time. So, but yeah, I just wanted to do a video for you guys on, you know, World of Warcraft currently. What's the state of it? It's amazing. It's great. The game has held up over time. It's not broken. You can level from level 1 and you're not going to feel like, I mean, sure, if you're in Dungeon Finder constantly, you are going to level fast. But if you're just doing quests, you're going to level, I mean, you can kind of choose your own pace. And I like that. I like that option. I think it's good. So, you know, yeah, if you're thinking about playing it, I'd say, like, hop on, because Legion's about to come out. Just play for the summer, or play a little bit, whatever. And just in case anybody is concerned, I have not quit Final Fantasy XIV. There's games that I kind of have that I say they're like my forever games. WoW was a game that I said that I would play forever. As long as the game was up, that was going to be my game. It is my favorite game that, like, I've ever played. There's something about WoW that gave me a taste of gaming that I hadn't ever had before, and it was special, and it still is special. But, you know, Final Fantasy XIV, though, I'm always going to be playing that game. I'll play the next expansion. I'll play everything. I am not going to play them all the time. There's other games I want to play. You know, I'm bummed that it looks like they pushed back For Honor. Damn it, Ubisoft. There's tons of games I want to play, you know? And for the most part, you know, I'm a console gamer. But then, you know, when it comes to my favorite game of all time, I'm playing it on an iMac. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But if you guys are interested in playing World of Warcraft again, or if you were thinking about revisiting it, give it a go. Look me up on Battle.net. Leave me a message. I'd love to get your take on it. Get your take on what you think about WoW right now. Post something in the comments. Let me know, you know, do garrisons work for you? Do they not? Does this expansion work? Are you excited for Legion? What's going on now? What are you guys doing that R100? Tell me, because I don't know yet. So yeah, sorry this video, I probably wanted to keep it at about 10 minutes, but I'm talking about my favorite games, so I just went with it. But okay, if you guys have questions though, leave them below, and let's connect and let's talk about, you know, the future of gaming, and look forward to a PT video, because that has to happen. And I told you all so. I told you all that game wasn't going to be done. So we're going to talk about my thoughts, I guess, because nothing is confirmed yet. But anyway, okay, you guys all take care, and, you know, stay strong out there in Draenor. It's awesome. Have fun. Take care.